Welcome to the Memorizing Tarot Cards podcast, your 3-minute lessons to learn and memorize each card using symbolism. I use the Rider Waite Tarot Deck if you like to follow along with your own cards. Today, we are diving into the meaning behind the Queen of Wands. We will start with a breakdown of what the wands mean and the role of the Queen in the court. The second part will dig into more symbolism to help you look at this card, remember it, and tell a story. First, let's start with talking about wands, then a bit about court cards and the role of the queen. Wands represent our emotions, fire, and passion. Examples are new ideas, creative projects, seeing potential, and gaining motivation. The court cards show us aspects of ourselves or others in our lives. They embody personalities, characteristics, and stages of personal development. Next, let's talk about the queen's role in the court. The queen in the court is a compassionate leader. She has a nurturing side, is also ambitious, and supports others with her wisdom and heartfelt enthusiasm. Next, let's look at the symbolism to help you memorize the meaning of this card. In the Rider Waite Deck, the Queen of Wands imagery is rich with symbols of fertility and growth. The sunflower in her hand mirrors the sun's warm, abundant energy. Yellow represents personal power, and you can see her yellow cloak, which symbolizes her power. The cat at her feet symbolizes her confidence to chart her path. Much like a cat, she does and thinks what she wants. Her throne is a symbol of mastery. The desert landscape symbolizes her ability to thrive in seemingly barren circumstances. Putting it all together, the Queen of Wands epitomizes self-assurance, inviting us to step into our power with grace and courage. Next, let's cover the astrology associated with this card. The Queen of Wands does not have a one-to-one connection with a sign. However, astrologically, she represents the water aspect of fire, blending intuition and emotional depth with courage, creativity, and action. She is a figure who is not only dynamic and passionate, but also profoundly intuitive and capable of understanding and managing emotions. Now that we have covered the basics, symbolism, and even a bit of astrology, how do we apply this knowledge to a reading? Looking solely at this card, you would take its meaning and apply it to the meaning of the position in the spread. For example, in the current position, the Queen of Wands conveys empowerment and leadership. She acknowledges that you have stepped up your power, feel confident, and inspire others around you. How did I memorize the Queen of Wands when I was learning tarot? Instead of memorizing the divine meaning of a card, I memorized the symbols we discussed, which helped me memorize many cards. And, of course, I kept practicing. My key memorization strategies are, of course, to memorize that wands are about feelings. Also, remember that the queens are leaders. I also look at the colors, the sky, and the ground. The sky is blue, which shows a positive outlook, and the ground under the queen is solid on her throne. Still, the landscape is barren, which shows that she is calm, even when faced with uncertainty or the gray color under her. Her cloak is also yellow, which shows personal power. As we covered, there is much more symbolism to draw on, but starting with those basics will help you start reading cards. Memorizing the symbolism takes repetition as well. As you listen to these 3-minute lessons, you will have consistent reminders of symbolism that apply across different cards and series in the deck. Thank you for listening. Join us for more 3-minute lessons to memorize more cards.